There is an island where nature has unleashed such a display of disasters that you've probably never seen anything like it before. But satellites have recorded that very scene. Whether it's the site of a plane crash deep inside the dense forests of Siberia, the mystery of a square-shaped structure in the middle of the Sahara Desert, or thousands of colorful wells located at a remote spot along the Somali coast. Our world is full of such astonishing and unique places that we simply cannot observe from the ground.
Today, we will uncover 10 such hidden locations, and as always, we'll also try to explain these strange places. Welcome once again to Nobel's Creation. Viewers, let's begin with a unique island. About 1,200 kilometers southeast of Japan, in the Pacific Ocean, lies a small island called Iwo Jima. During World War II, a battle took place here between Japan and the USA, and the signs of that conflict are still scattered across the island today. But what we want to show you is this. If you look at a 2005 satellite image on Google Earth, you'll notice some rocks in the water about 200 meters off the west coast of the island.
However, if you check more recent satellite images, you'll see that the sea has receded, and those rocks are actually shipwrecks. Over the past 20 years, what used to be shipwrecks 200 meters offshore have now appeared on dry land. These were US Navy ships that were destroyed during the war in 1945. But the question here is, while global warming is causing sea levels to rise across the world, why has the sea level around Iwo Jima gone down? I'll leave that question to you. Let me know in the comments why this is happening at Iwo Jima. Now, let's move on to the next location. In Russia's far northeast region, deep within the barren forests of Siberia, flows a river called Olyokma. Along this river, there is an oxbow lake, a lake that was once part of the river itself. If you zoom in near this lake, you can see the wreckage of a crashed airplane in the middle of the forest. From satellite images, it appears as if the plane tore through the trees during a crash landing.
At first glance, it looks like a twin-engine Antonov An-30 aircraft. After searching aircraft accident archives, it was found that on June 2, 2022, an Antonov An-30 took off from Yakutsk Airport and was headed toward Olyokminsk. It was carrying 6.5 tons of cargo and 7 crew members. But about 15 kilometers before reaching Olyokminsk Airport, the plane ran out of fuel and both engines shut down. The pilot was forced to make an emergency crash landing in the forest. Fortunately, all crew members survived the incident. However, the aircraft was so badly damaged that it could not be repaired. Photos taken at the time of the crash show that the plane's tail elevators were torn off, which can also be seen near the point of impact in satellite images. In the Pacific Ocean, south of New Zealand, there is an island known as Auckland Island. Next to it lies another island with quite a strange name. Yes, Disappointment Island. But why such an unusual name? Research shows that in the 18th and 19th centuries, whaling was very common in this part of the ocean. People from England would travel here, especially near Antarctica. After months at sea, their food, water, and wood supplies would run out. When they spotted this beautiful island from a distance, they would think about stopping here to rest and replenish their supplies. But after traveling hundreds of miles to reach it, they would discover the island's harsh reality. No lakes, no fresh water sources, no trees, and nothing to eat. On top of that, the winds here are so cold and strong that staying becomes impossible. Because of this, everyone who came here left disappointed. And that's how it got its name, Disappointment Island. Now, let's head over to China. In northwestern China, there is an autonomous region called Xinjiang Uyghur.
This area is mostly desert and barren land. While exploring Google Earth, a massive facility was spotted here. But the surprising thing isn't the facility itself, it's the two massive rocks lying nearby, each about the size of 2 football fields. At first glance, these 100-meter wide formations appear to cast shadows downward. But when you observe other shadows in the facility, they fall in the opposite direction. This reveals the truth. It's actually an optical illusion. These aren't rocks at all, but 2 giant connected sinkholes. Historical satellite images show that these sinkholes were created recently. But why? That remains unknown. To witness nature's raw power in action, there's no better place than La Palma Island in Spain. Located in the Atlantic Ocean, a few hundred kilometers off the west coast of Africa, this island is home to around 100,000 people. Satellite images from August 17, 2021 show everything looking normal. But just 2 days later, on August 19, a nearby volcano erupted, and the city's condition became like this. The entire area was buried under a thick layer of volcanic ash, and it remains buried to this day. In Saudi Arabia, in the middle of the Arabian Desert, far from any human settlement for hundreds of kilometers, a strange square-shaped mark has been spotted in the rubble. Each side of this square measures about 400 meters. One side even has something resembling an entrance camp, suggesting that people might have once lived there. Could these be remnants of an ancient traveler's camp, or something else? There is no clear historical satellite imagery of this area, but if you zoom out far enough, you can still see blurry historical data. In 2007, structures or large camps can be seen inside this square. But just 1 year before that, there was nothing at all. Meaning whatever this is, it was built in 2007. The question is, what is it? And who built it in such a remote location? Based on vehicle tracks, it is likely the work of an oil exploration team. In deserts, such teams often dig around their camps to keep out dangerous animals and insects. Nearby, another similar square structure can also be seen, with activity around the same year, 2007. Now, let's move to Lake Oroville in the United States. In 2021, a severe drought hit California, causing the lake to almost dry up. As the water receded, various submerged objects started to appear. At this exact location, the water depth is normally 65 feet. But in images from May 30th, 2021, a crashed SUV can be seen. A highway runs along this lake, with a sharp turn near this spot. So it's likely that the vehicle was involved in an accident and ended up sinking into the lake, only to be revealed when the water dried up. Now take a look at this area along the Somali coastline. Thousands of small circular holes can be seen here. Each hole is about 10 meters in diameter and contains colorful water. Research shows that this is not a natural phenomenon. These wells were dug by local people. There are 2 reasons for this. First, to trap groundwater and prevent it from mixing with salty seawater. And second, to extract salt from these wells and sell it. Due to the hot climate, these wells naturally function as salt evaporation ponds. This is a 2023 satellite image of an airbase in Ukraine. The aircraft you see here is a Tupolev Tu-95 strategic bomber. But there are black circular marks on the plane. In satellite images from the previous year, these marks were not present. So what are they? This image was captured during the early days of the Russia-Ukraine war. The black circles are actually old car tires placed on top of the aircraft. This is done as optical camouflage. Since rubber absorbs and scatters signals, it distorts the plane's digital shape when detected by drone systems. This makes it harder for drones or missiles to accurately identify and target the aircraft. When talking about strange locations on Google Earth, how can we not mention the Sahara Desert? In this remote part of the desert, among sand dunes, lies a beautiful geological formation captured in 2013. At first glance, it looks like an ancient volcano with its crater or magma chamber exposed.
It appears that there has been no volcanic activity here for hundreds of years. We hope you'll like and share this video as well. Thank you so much for your kind comments. See you in the next amazing video.